Hey there, Star Wars listening folks. Welcome. So we got a Holocron update from the Gandork day after Christmas. So Merry Christmas to all of us in the ARH Standard world. So I wanted to go over that today in our little Commando cast. All right, so enough of that. Obviously, I am shooting from my phone today, away on vacation. Did not expect this. I do not have editing abilities, so we're just gonna plow through this. Yeah, so looking at the Holocron, so two things. Well, obviously the Holocron came out, and then we have a new article. You'll note the Holocron looks amazing. Like, they have a new logo. I don't know. Shout out to Sarah and her people. I'm assuming they're the ones behind it, but whoever's responsible for that looks really good. Looks really official. Very nice. So, three big changes for today, and then I do want to go through Gandork's article and then kind of share my thoughts. So, the physical changes are Commander Cody's down 1 point to 1316. I think that makes sense. I mean, when he came out, I was not quiet about the fact that I didn't think he was very good. A lot of people kind of argued with me on that, but he's just not, I mean, 16 points puts him more in line with Bo, which I think is reasonable considering he has one less health and all that. Patient Padawan, this little scourge completely makes sense. Up 1 point to 8. Up 1 point to 8. Probably could have gone up more, honestly. But I guess all the other 8-pointers have 9 health, and this guy's only got 8 health, so I mean, that's probably why. And then every time I read the abbreviation, I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but the mission that never ends is up 1 point to 3. Do you remember, guys, this has team up, right? So it's effectively 1 point, right? I mean, for most use cases, it's effectively 1 point. But you can no longer go negative on a 3-wide, right? Which is important. That is important. So, all right, so those are the physical changes. Now, going over to Gandork's article, which came up 45 minutes ago from the time I'm shooting this. God knows when I'll be able to actually get it up. But happy holidays from ARH. So going into his meta musings, basically what he goes through, he talks about how, things have changed. We are, not seeing an aggro by Den or whatever. Actually, I haven't seen Den hit the table since, but we do see that troopers are pretty good. And of course, Mill, I mean, it's no secret to everybody that Mill is just filleting everything else that isn't Mill, right? So fair enough there. But luckily, a lot of people aren't running Mill, they're running some other good stuff. Okay, so Patient Padawan, I mean, I think this one's the no-brainer. So he goes into this fully, but this card's insane, right, in terms of the value on it, full resolving the ones. And he actually specifically talks about that, right? The effective value of the shield sides are 223, which is completely true at 7 points with 8 health, right? So he's pushed for health. His points are really good. His EV on his die is insane. I'll be honest, I'm a little surprised it's only 1 point, but I get that they wanted to start at 1 point because it kills that 4-wide, so I get it. And this guy does not have an elite option, so we'll see where it goes. I think it's a reasonable place to start with the 1 point. But we'll see. We'll see what the good minds come up with that. So I think that one makes a lot of sense. Mission that never ends. Actually, let's go to the next, and we'll come back to that. Right. So Commander Cody minus 1 point, I think makes a ton of sense. As I talked about before, he only has 12 health. You compare him versus Bo-Katan, who's at 16, and this guy's crazy, like, bad. Well, not crazy bad, but you know what I mean. Like, he just wasn't good. And again, a lot of people disagreed with me on that, which is fair. But, scores, you have to look at the scoreboard and look at the performance. Now going back to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the mission that never ends is, it makes sense. Him and Cody and Rex, sorry, not him and Cody. Cody and Rex were meant to play with, it's just, they were the 3 in the box, right? That was clearly the design of it. Kara Bo was able to pick up mission that never ends as well and just play it for free. So giving it the 1 point is fine. Realistically, I think they had to give it to Cody because, again, it was that kind of set deck. So I think they had to bump Cody down in order to bump this one up. So it's very clear that this one is an attack on, and I mean that loosely, right? But it's going after Bo Kara, right? That's what the play here is. So it's going after Bo Kara, and then they're backing the other one out. Which is all good. So it'll be very interesting to see how that comes out if Cody Rex. Realistically, kind of going into the, I don't want to, well, whatever. We'll just talk about it. So realistically, if they had bumped this up 1 point, I think people would have just gone Bo Rex. Well, they did. So I mean, people can still go Bo Rex and run it. So you can do that, and maybe that's what people will do. Maybe that'll be the shift, is just go Bo Rex, because you're not losing really any health there. So I mean, that may be what happens, but you know, I mean, Bo-Katan is, I get it. Like, let's be very clear. This is a zero cost plot. It's just a free plot, effectively. Like, it's pretty good. That said, I didn't personally think, I mean, Bo-Katan is my deck, so I obviously have my own opinions, but like, I didn't think Bo-Katan was like so good that it needed, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't think it was so good in terms of domination on the meta, not like that Patient Padawan Republic Senator deck. But I mean, evidently they thought it needed hit, and fair enough, right? I mean, fair enough. So we'll see where things go with that. But like I said, I think Bo Rex might actually be a better backfill than Bo-Katan. It's just such good stuff. But you know, like I said, it's my deck, and I was having a lot of fun with it. But it is kind of just like good stuff Destiny, which I don't think is a bad thing to have. Like, I don't know why that's a bad thing. I think I think it's a good thing to have, just like a good stuff Destiny deck. But like, should it be your tier 1 deck? Maybe, maybe not. But again, I don't think it was your uber tier 1 deck. But I know they want to open it up and give stuff to other people. But I think that this is just continuing. Like, it seems like every move that FFG or that ARH is making right now, is trying to favor pilots more and more and more. And pilots are in a good spot. Now, in all fairness, that is the top of his watch list, is not anyone in particular, just hero pilots. And he has Iden down there, because like, I think him and I clearly are on the same page on that one. Like, I think Iden's like pretty freaking gross. Because like, we can talk about her in detail maybe in a later episode, but like, the value on her die, right? Because you have to remove her die, because you play her in the 3-wide, right? So you have to remove her die, because she's effectively worth 3 value. Once your board state built, she's effectively worth 3 value just by having her die in existence, regardless of what her die is showing, right? That's pretty big, which means that if you're removing her die, you can't remove the other die that are still dealing you damage, albeit at a lower EV, because Iden's out of the pool. But like, that's pretty. I don't think people are truly valuing how good Iden is. But there, you know, there's value, there's EV, there's what looks good on paper, and then there's realistically what's strong. So fair enough. He then talks about Bo. I mean, I don't think it's a secret to anybody that Bo's she's pushed to push, like she's pushing pushed, right? I mean, and I'm all about it, because I love her, right? That's what I was looking for coming in here. I was blown away how good she was at 13 health. I mean, honestly, I think people would still play the snot out of her at 12 health, at 16. Would they play the snot out of her at 17 with 12 health? Probably not. But I think honestly, Bo could probably take a 1-point hit. Maybe not with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles being hit, but I think people probably would have played her at 17 with Rex beforehand. So we will see where we'll see where that goes. But I think she's pretty good. The Republic Senator, I'll be, like I said, I get it. They're doing they're nerfing PP, so I get it. Republic Senator's pretty good, but if they take him away, like, that's the thing, is if they take the Senator away, then like, you lose the Qui-Gon deck, which isn't even all that good. But like, then what? Next, they talk about the Death Watch Mandalorian. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really seen him, like, I mean, he has good value, and like, they note him at being a 9 for 8, but like, there's other characters out there that have more health than their points, and a lot of them are their non-uniques. I mean, the Outlaw, the Outlaw is not even on this, or no, so the Rebel Smuggler, not even on this, and like, I think that guy's broken. So I don't know, but that's just me. So I was surprised to not see him on the watch list. I mean, they did say Rebel Pilot, so fair enough. Maybe he's caught in that. He very well could be caught in that from like Gandork's point of view. I get it. But there are definitely other people out there that have more health than their point. So I don't know if that's the only hit on the Mandalorian. And honestly, if it wasn't for the Death Watch Mandalorian, I don't think you'd be seeing much. On that like color pie of the villains. But maybe I'm wrong. Inhibitor Chip, I was really surprised to see this one on here. Inhibitor Chip has been viewed as an NPE. I'm shocked to see that. I love it. I agree that it's basically the same as Possessed in terms of value, right? So Possessed is more, but this one takes a round to do it. And this one does not take a hit. So it's cheaper than Possessed. Yes, it takes you one more round, but it doesn't require a witch to be in play to use it. I think this one's definitely above curve. And I like that this one's on the watch list. Said for now, they'll continue to watch it. Again, remember, if you were to go back and do a scoreboard, I would say probably 75% of the stuff that goes on a watch list never has anything to do with it, or never gets anything done with it, which is fine. So but it's still, it's telling you where, it's part of them communicating where their head's at and what they're watching. And I appreciate that. I think it's good. So yeah, overall, I think this is great. The timing was really good to try and get in front of, because the 8th is going to be here before we know it, right? January 8th, which is going to be the Galactic Opens. We're here before we know it. It's only 2 weekends away, right? So you basically need to have your ducks in a row in a week's time or so on what you want to do. Unless you're like me and you're making the call, 24 hours before what you're going to play. But I'm pretty sure I already know what I'm going to play. The question will be actually, I'm going to have to be testing Bo-Katan and Bo-Rex and see which one's better. But again, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is pretty good. So anyway, I think that'll do me today. I'm going to see if I can get something downloaded on my phone and see if I can do some overlays for you guys. If not, this will just go up when it goes up. So anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope everyone had a great holiday season. Thank you, Gandork and the ARH team, for getting this out to us when you did. That the timing wasn't great in terms of the day after Christmas, but it makes way sense to get it here because again, in 2 weeks we've got game time, baby. So thank you very much for getting that done. Gandork specifically, I hope you had a great holiday, man. The thumbnail is all in jest. I'm sure a person like you appreciated it. If nothing else, go Commando.